6 months ago, people were saying, is he even going to be at the World Cup? And of course, he said, yeah, I'll take my time. I'll play whichever game I feel like. And when he came into the series against England, they were saying, is he going to score a run? He scored a few.
Yeah, he scored a few. Surprising. In fact, Viru was with us on the Hindi show. And he's the one who bought him at auction last year. And he said when we bought him, we thought it was only about marketing that we were looking at, get Chris Gayle in. And then he got that 100. With Knight Riders, it could be that, they let him go. And that is something that stays in players' mind.
Yeah.
Kolkata team let him go. He played for him. He didn't have a great season, but that stays in your mind. When you go back, you want to remind them that, you shouldn't have let me go. I was worth a lot more, or whatever.
Story. It's incredible story how they let him go. Because around that, they were going to let him go anyway, but nobody picked him up. He went unsold in the auction. So 8, 9, 10, 11. 2011 auction, he was unsold because there was a feeling that West Indies players won't be available. So he was sitting in a bar in Jamaica when he got the call saying, "Are you fit?" He said, "I'm fit." He said, "Okay."
I'm doing weights.
So he said, "Okay, you're leaving day after tomorrow."
Yeah.
And he said, "But I don't have a visa." They said, "That's not your problem. That's ours. You're leaving day after tomorrow." So when he came out and played that first game in Bangalore, he hadn't hit a ball. So in Kolkata, correct. He hadn't hit a ball. The first ball he hit after leaving Jamaica, where he wasn't hitting too many either, was in the middle. But he's
a special player.
He's legend. He's something else.
He's a special player. He's a different kind. You can look at players and analyze and see. These are some players that, you don't know what's going through their mind. I think it's the mental aspect. He was mentioning there, said, I want to think like him. But that's the only thing. It's how they think. It's not how they play. Because the skill, everybody knows what he does. He blocks the first 6 balls, then he gets going. Everybody's figured that out. But you haven't figured out when that switch is going to go off or go on.
Very interesting you said that, because, T20 tends to be a very analytics-driven game.
Too much.
So you say what happens in the first 6, then the slight 3-4 middle overs, then what happens. What Chris Gayle has done is he's turned that around completely. He's in no rush in the first 6 overs to take advantage of the field positioning. He just wants to play himself in because he knows once he gets in, the field doesn't matter. He just hit it out. So he converted the middle overs into the slog overs. So he's just a different player.
That's his strength, and I think he'll actually be a double-edged sword through this season.
Yes.
He will be a double-edged sword because the other players cannot do what he does in the middle. So if he makes 30, you are in trouble. If he gets out first ball, I think he makes less damage to their own team than when he gets 30, 35.
Very good.
Either he has to go all the way 100, because 30 to 45 is a score. He's just about making up, but the others can't make up from there on. And especially on, maybe today would be an odd day. But if you're playing on a track which is slower and it's not easy for the guys who just walk in to start scoring, that is a game he's really a double-edged sword.